We're going to continue our unit on shapes, and the goal for today is I can put shapes together to make another shape. So sometimes you're able to put two or more shapes together and then it makes a new shape. Let's take a look. We can use smaller shapes to make a larger shape. Watch me. So first you have your big shape, and this shape right here is a hexagon. We know it's a hexagon because it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. Okay, and then we're gonna break it into smaller shapes. So watch this. This is a trapezoid. You know it's a trapezoid because these two lines are running straight at the bottom and top, and then these two lines come in. It's a trapezoid. So if you just draw a line down the middle of a hexagon, you actually get two trapezoids, which tells us if we have two of the same trapezoid and we put it together, it makes a hexagon. Can you think of another way to cover a hexagon using the same shape? So going back to this one, they used the trapezoid twice. Are you able to use the same shape multiple times to make up the hexagon? It's a little trickier. But yeah, get your Show Me app out, and I would encourage you to draw the hexagon in there. Doesn't have to be perfect. If you're not ready, you could always pause this. Okay, so here's the hexagon. We said if you divide it in half, you have two trapezoids. But if you connect lines down here, you have 1, 2, 3 triangles. And up top, you have 3 triangles. So that's a total of 6 triangles. Kind of looks like slices of pizza. Obviously my drawing's not perfect, and so they don't really all look the same size, but if I was better at drawing, these would all look the same size. There's another way to actually do this with the same shape. This one's really tricky. I think I've only had one kid ever figure it out. So what you have to do is, if you erase this line and that line, nope, let me go back. That line and that line. Right now you have 3 what we call parallelograms or rhombuses. I'll try to color it in so you have a better look at that. That's kind of what a rhombus looks like. And you can see 3 of those together make a hexagon. But again, I think I've only had one kid ever that came up with that, so certainly would not expect you to get it, but thought I'd show you that other way. Okay, what will you use to make a hexagon? Or sorry, a trapezoid. The last one was a hexagon, this one's a trapezoid. Draw a trapezoid on your Show Me app. And how could you divide it up using the same shape multiple times? If you're having a hard time, a hint would be, think about our last one and what we were able to do to that hexagon. Okay, with our trapezoid, just like we did with our hexagon, if you draw lines like this, you have 3 triangles that are the same size. That's how you can make a hexagon or a trapezoid into triangles. 3 triangles put together the right way will make up a trapezoid. What will you use to make a rectangle? There's a few ways you could do this. This one is a little less tricky. So see if you can figure out some ways to make a rectangle using the same size shape. Well, one way you could do it, if you just draw a line down the middle, and I know that's not perfect, that's not really right down the middle, so let me do it a little better. Okay, that's a little better. These are rectangles that are the same size. Another way you could do it is drawing a line down the middle this way. So you have 2 really long rectangles on top of each other. That makes a rectangle. Another way you could do it is have these rectangles the same size. So 4 of these rectangles put together makes a bigger rectangle. And another way you could do it, this one's a little trickier, but if you draw a line from this corner to that corner, you have 2 triangles that are the same put together in a way that make a rectangle. So lots of ways that you can make a rectangle. Okay, how are we feeling? I know this lesson is a little harder than some of the other ones we've had. I understand that. So you might be having a hard time with this, but hopefully these examples have helped you a little bit. Let's keep going. Matthew wants to use 3 triangles to make a square. Can he? Well, don't just guess yes or no. Let's actually draw it. So remember, he's trying to make a square. And he wants to know if he can use triangles to make the square. And what I want to be clear about is, this is supposed to mean that the triangles are the same size. So can you use 3 triangles that are the same exact size and shape to make a square? Let's take a look. There is a way you can make 3 triangles. 1, 2, 3. The problem is these 2 triangles are the same. This one is different. So even though this is 3 triangles put together, they're not the same shape and size. So the answer is actually no. He can't make 3 triangles that are the same size into a square. Then finally, what's true about all rhombuses? Remember, this is a rhombus. It's kind of like a square. But you see how the sides are bent like that? Are they all small? Well, no. A rhombus can be huge, it can be tiny, doesn't matter. As we said in a previous lesson, the size of the shape does not matter. 2 vertices. Remember, vertices is a fancy word for corners. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Not 2. We just counted 4 vertices. C says 4 vertices. Then D says 1 corner. Well, obviously, there's 4 corners. So the correct answer is C. All rhombuses have 4 vertices or corners.